Alright guys, here we're going to talk about the trailer for the movie Pacific Rim 2 Uprising. Lee loves giant robots. I hate giant robots. Let's see what we got going on here. You love them so much, they're your favorite.
No, I just don't irrationally hate them like you.
Pans camera up to reveal large robot pictures everywhere.
They're not all large robot pictures.
But they are everywhere.
Oh, the Transformers are normal-sized robots. Alright. Let's find out.
Let's check it out. Alright, so they're giant robots, and
they're still giant robots. I think we must put that aside momentarily.
I don't like this one a lot. This one seems a lot worse than the first one. And I'm gonna give you my 3 points why.
Okay.
One, it just looks worse. Like overall, like everything just looks a little more shiny and crispy and not like as much as the thing. B, people are fighting robot versus robot. I understand that's probably part of the plot, but I hate that. Especially when like there are giant monsters in the shot. I'm like, what are you doing, idiot?
There's a reason. I'm sure there's a reason.
I'm sure.
I don't think we got that against them.
Do you think people have like been like, no, there are gods. We must join them and take over the earth or some bullshit?
I don't know, but in like so like I don't
or terrorists.
I don't particularly love big robots. But one of my favorite animes is Evangelion, which is kind of a subversion of the big robot like genre. And there's a lot of stuff in here. I think they must be like using it as like inspiration or whatever the fuck. Because in Evangelion, the robots are like defending a city, and they come up on these sort of elevators, and they look exactly like that one shot that had the multiple things. I love the idea that it's like a squad, and there's different types or whatever. And the reason I'm saying all this is because in a lot of those animes, which this is an obvious live-action anime version of all that shit. Like either bad people get a robot, or bad people make their own robots and have a reason to fight your robots, and also the things. It becomes like the new weapon that everyone uses, no matter what type of thing. So everyone has them or whatever.
So foolish. The third thing I don't like is Charlie Day shaved his beard. I don't like him without the beard.
Oh, that's so minor.
I think he looks so weird. But no, the whole concept of this in general, I don't like.
At some point, you say he looks weird without his beard, and I was like, wait, which one? Who doesn't have a beard? What's going on?
It's weird for me just to think about this thing, and I understand they loosely covered it, where it's like, oh, it takes two people working as one to control the blah blah. Your synapses would be. But watching them do like choreographed fight moves inside the cockpit, I'm like, God, this is like Power Rangers goofy level bullshit.
It's like what if Power Rangers was good though? It's like taking Power Rangers and reimagining it as like a different universe where everything's good. It's like, ugh.
I don't get that vibe.
I know you don't, but I love everything about this so much. I love that they have the different weapons and they have the whole
different
squad
weapons.
And
does
all
that
that
not
stuff.
make you wonder though? Like,
Nope.
how did we vote for this? Like there's one of them that has like it looks like a reticulating, like mace on a chain that like has like a spinning motor of some sort. But like when someone's writing up like, all right, we have to invest our nation's $48 billion into a robot. What are we gonna give it? Well, I'm gonna give it like energy that spins and shoots out of the hand. I'm thinking like laser swords or some shit.
I'm thinking a laser whip.
Like I'm thinking a whip. Like how do you come up with that, and how do you justify it, and why aren't they just guns? Why did they get close combat with all these things? Wouldn't you want it to be as far away from a thing that only attacks from close as possible?
I think that the guns don't work or something like that. There has to be like at a certain point.
Well, it's because they're cooler looking.
Okay,
to
I was just
shoot
gonna.
them.
No, I was just gonna say like I don't know what they're gonna say the reason is or whatever. But yeah, the reason is that it's cooler. But that's all we need. There's
I know.
No problem with that.
I dislike things that aren't like functional, because already giant robots strike me as the least functioning thing possible. Especially once you learn, and maybe it's different in this one. But in the first one, they all came out of the same like rift in that center of the ocean thing.
Right.
And it's like, well, why don't you just take all the money you have from these things and aim them directly at the hole? And whenever someone comes at them, just shoot it, and it's exploded and gone.
I think it's like the entire tectonic plate thing or something like that.
Maybe, but like they built a wall that's like 400 feet across the whole coast,
across a million
and that's
feet
the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. The idea that you didn't just put guns on like the shoreline.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of that even. I'm not crazy about the cockpit stuff myself either, but I'm like okay with it. It's like fine.
Because in one scene it looks like the guy from Attack the Block in Star Wars, like he did it alone. It looks like it's just him in there.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just the shot, and they like how they framed it for the commercial.
Yeah.
I think it'd be way cooler if they could do that. I can't imagine like
alone.
Yeah, I can't imagine how there could be any benefit to doing it with two people.
Oh, like they say that it's the brain thing or whatever, and it has to process and all that stuff.
Understandably, that's dumb. But like,
No, they show like a Russian dude, and his
would
nose
you-
is bleeding, which is the universal sign for we've fried your brain. 'Cause it
sure,
doesn't work
sure.
with machinery
But
or something
if
like
you
that.
put me and you into one of these robots, and okay,
Yeah.
we got to fight this thing. The idea that on the fly we would just do the exact right things all the time
You are
together,
completely in sync, Stefan.
it will never happen.
No, I don't like that element of it. They used it in the first movie to like justify part of this relationship with what's her name and what's his name,
Yeah.
Jax and Fujiko, whatever. Is that really her name? Huh. And like, yeah, I don't know. And like, some of them have three in them, and some of them do the
And
whole thing.
how does
or
that
whatever, the whole
work?
thing. Yeah. No, that's not like.
If it was
doesn't,
something like, oh, it's very complicated. One of us has to work the legs, one has to work the arms. I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, and that,
That makes a little sense.
And you could probably be like, whatever, okay. I think someone who's behind this thinks it's cool to have two people doing the same.
I'm sure.
Because they totally leaned into that more, where there's like, I assume, holographic representations of the like weapons in the cockpit, for them to know and see or whatever, right? Because he has like a fake laser sword
Yeah.
in the cockpit or whatever. So someone must think that that's super cool. I am not really crazy about it. I'm more into the exterior like business or whatever.
I just think it's
But,
very weird because you're putting somebody so far outside of the thing. Because like, are they digitally seeing through the eyes of the robot, or is there a screen right in front of them? I thought there was a screen in front of them.
They don't really do a lot of POV stuff.
That's why I'm like to think it's like you're playing like the Kinect or Wii or something like the least effective way to fight
It's like
somebody.
you're playing Connect. No, like the Wii. It's like Wii bowling, which are in the thing together.
Yeah.
And you both have to bowl at the exact same moment. No, in Evangelion, they're in like a tube full of amniotic fluid, and they have
Okay.
and they have their hands on like controls, but they're not really. It seems like it's just sort of doing whatever their brain. They have to be.
So that I'm
they
totally
have to
down
be
with.
synced
That
up
sounds
with
great.
it.
That's fine.
And there's a part where like the big robot gets like stabbed through one of its eyes, and like the pilot screams and like puts her hand like this and all that stuff because she's linked
You're
up to
linked
the
to
whole
feel
thing.
it.
Yeah, it's because you can feel what it
What
feels.
possible bonus could you have to be linked to feel it though?
Because you have to link the other way to make it do stuff. I think you have to like sync up with it.
Oh, so the same thing that
I
lets you
think it's
actually
like a
control it.
byproduct
All,
or
oh,
whatever. Yeah.
see, that's dirty and good. I kind of like that. This,
Yeah.
not so much.
Well, this is the closest I think I will ever get to an Evangelion movie. So that's
Never
why I'm
say
just
never.
like, oh, it's so good. I don't know, like. If you were like, hey, they're making a sequel, what what should be in it? I'd be like, well, they killed like the Russian and the Chinese ones immediately, and they had different interesting weapons. So I need more Jaegers with more interesting weapons and more monsters, and possibly like bad guy robots and good guy monsters, and then have all the people come back from the first one that aren't literally dead, and even some of the ones that are dead, bring them back, clone them, do something.
For
And have a
movie
thing
purposes,
Yeah.
I do enjoy having multiple weapons and different types of characters, and you got the
Yeah.
tall, strong one, the little fast one, this and that.
Yeah, the usual
But
thing.
just thinking of it as a governmental thing, I can't imagine them ever doing a thing like that.
I think that's like your problem, though. You
Oh,
shouldn't.
it is. I think
you
about
shouldn't think
things
of
in
it like that.
reality.
I
That's
know,
that's my
horrible.
my biggest issue with giant robots.
Yeah.
If you were going to do robots, it would be elemental suits. It would be a little like zipping around things.
Elemental? What does that mean?
Where they're like just like Iron Man almost.
Oh, okay.
But
I
like
thought
a
you meant
more
like fire,
practical, bulky.
Earth, water.
No, no, no.
I was like, that's crazy.
It was a mech warrior thing. You
Oh,
had
okay.
you had mechs, which these are kind of mechs, and then you had things that were like 10, 15 feet tall. They were elementals.
That's weird. Okay.
The reason those make more sense to me is because they're more practical. Like here, your full defense budget is 5 robots, and
so-
if
they're
the
so
5
cool,
robots
though.
go down, your
Yeah.
whole world is dead.
I don't know. I've never I make no distinction between choices that characters who were written make and like the writers make. It's all like one big thing to me.
Okay.
So whether or not the writer chose to make this guy able to fly for no reason, or whether someone built a thing that flies and you don't know what, I'm just like, it's like fine, no problems.
And I went on my record for the first one. My biggest complaint was why did he use the sword in the last 2 minutes and not use it the whole movie when it
still
was the most
never-
effective weapon in the whole
Yeah,
fucking
I still
game.
never even noticed that whole thing.
It was literally he
I was
pulls
like-
out a sword. It's like
Yeah, like
and
comes
like
out or
just
whatever.
wins immediately.
Yeah.
And like didn't use it the whole fucking time.
After being like dragged to space or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like, now's the time to pull out my thing. Yeah, there was a movie, Robot Jock. Do you remember that?
Oh, that just jogged something. Is that from the 80s?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
is it Michael Carradine? Is that even his name? It's like an American dude. Like, it's the future where we've decided to settle all of our disputes by having two large robots fight.
Sure.
And there's an evil black Soviet robot, and there's like a good American like white and blue, white and red robot, I think, or something like that. And it's like it's like the future, and there's aliens, and there's weird humans fighting, and like other shit like that. But every time they go out to like fight, like the unit has been like fitted with like new things.
Okay.
And they have this like video play of like the Q guy who's like, we have now added the ability for it to fire a solar flare, like your left control thing will do this now, or like something like this or whatever. They keep reconfiguring it for all these different fights as they have to like rebuild it, because it's like battle bots where both of them are like fucked.
Well, yeah.
at the
Not
end or
only
whatever
could your
the fuck.
parts be destroyed, but you're like, okay, the next guy uses this weapon. We need something that can try to counteract that.
But that was an excellent excuse for every fight to be like, oh yeah, I have tank shreds on like the back of my legs now, so like you knocked me down, but I'm fine, or whatever the fuck. It's like it like transforms at one point. It's this whole crazy thing. That movie must not hold up.
I think I have the VHS of that movie.
I might too.
We can
I
check
remember
it out.
watching it on Channel 11. It was my jam. There's one part where like a weird pummeling fist comes out of the Soviet robot's crotch area.
Of course.
And starts to like destroy him.
That just makes sense.
I mean, you need that. All right, I'm giving it a thumbs up and I'm giving it a thumbs down. I think that's
Do I think this will be something that like will be worth watching? You'll walk away and go like, "Oh, that was all right." Yeah, it's just fundamentally I don't like these things.
Yeah.
It did not mean it was a bad trailer. I'll still give it a thumbs up.
Oh, okay. I'm
but
sorry.
I don't want to see this.
I know that we're wrapping it up, but yeah, like as a trailer, like I don't love these songs, but I think they're used really effectively, and the imagery is really smooth.
The song was a little repetitive. Like that song only had a little bit of a catchy part, and they just kept duping it.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but still like effective use of like it was like a hype song. And
nothing
nothing
will be like in that first one. That what's her girl's name?
Oh no, I forgot.
I forgot her name, but she had that song like some rappy poppy beat song.
Oh, yeah, yeah, because that was playing up too. We're like, is this Guillermo del Toro? Who like makes these?
I don't know who made it.
Because I feel like whoever it is, I'm like, yeah, he's just making live action anime the way he wants to. This is amazing.
Certainly possible, and we'll find out not too far off from now.
You are thumbsing it down, right?
No, I gave the trailer a thumbs
Holy
up.
shit!
I just don't want to see it.
Stefan loves big robots.
All right, guys. So yeah, that's our thoughts on this. Listen in the comments below what you think. Don't down to fire, and we'll see you next time.